What's up, guys? Ryan Finished here, and I just want to say, what's going up, guys? Leave a comment section. Leave in the comment section a comment down below. I'll answer it. Sure, I'm a nice guy. I'll help you in any way if you want me to solve any personal problems that you have with anything relating to health or fitness. I'll answer it. You want some exercises? I got tons of exercises. I got so many exercise programs that I've created that I can tell you have made me to the state where I am, where I can digest a lot. I can digest a lot more than what I could of the good food and not the bad food. I do not eat the bad food. The bad food, polyunsaturated fats, saturated fats, all the stuff that's high in cholesterol and that's high in sugar. I don't eat that because I've changed my life around. I know what my muscles need and I know what my body needs for nourishment to grow and keep growing. But for me to stay alive and to possibly one day maybe even have kids, because again, many people they overlook this. They don't care about having kids or whatever. They just care about what their mind wants, which your mind doesn't. Now, when people say that you're craving something, you think you're craving it. You're actually not. Your stomach is telling you that you need to stop getting the bad food out. You need nourishment, because if you do not need nourishment, you're going to end up having bad liver function, possibly colon cancer, diabetes, high blood sugar, and insulin sensitivity when the hormone insulin cannot regulate blood glucose level, leading to hypo and hyperglycemia, which is again really, really bad and can even lead to high blood pressure affecting your cardiovascular state. I'm not talking about vascular state, I'm not talking about veins. I'm talking about your blood vessels in your heart, how it's functioning, how many beats it's taken per minute, and how the bad food is the high in saturated fat food, high in cholesterol, sugar, high in polyunsaturated fats, how all this food is killing your heart, it's killing your liver, it's killing your colon, your gastrointestinal tract. It's going to be so jammed that it's not going to be able to deliver correctly on time to your colon and to complete this catabolic breakdown. And when it doesn't, you're going to lead off into the lines of constipation, bloating, inflammation, hard stools, when you really can't get the shit out. And you'll have to take laxatives, which are unnatural. Fiber is the most natural thing. I assure you guys, fiber is the most natural thing. And I believe in fiber. I do not believe in glycerin and all these other laxatives. False. Stop it. It's not natural. It's killing your body slowly because it's not natural. That's the thing. When I talk about natural, your blood sugar in your body, you're not supposed to be adding to that blood sugar. You're supposed to be keeping it constant, to be keeping everything else kind of balanced and constant. Like when we're talking about your cholesterol, you don't want all the unnatural cholesterol in from high in cholesterol foods that are going to make you develop LDL, bad cholesterol, and push you away from getting HDL, and it's going to narrow your arteries, and you're going to have more risk of a stroke, heart attack, cardiovascular disease, death, and you're going to not really see it first. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to jump up on you. And that's the bad thing about this, is that it jumps up on you, and you don't understand until it's the last point, the last second. You're going to be saying to myself, I messed myself up. I shouldn't have done that. And I believe in what I preach. What I preach, health and fitness, eating healthy, working out. I believe in all this stuff. If I didn't believe in health, I do not know who I'd be today. Without this, I am nothing. I can't help people. I love helping people. Every day, people ask me, I answer them. And do you know why I answer them? Is because I love what I do tremendously. And I do not want to give it up, because if I give it up, guess what? It leads to uncertainty. And then guess what that uncertainty leads to? It leads to doubts. Been doubting my process, going through this kind of change. I'm not talking about purity. I'm talking about changing from a childish kind of nerd, if you want to call it, a childish kid, into more of a teenager state, helping people, being able to function in society without having fears, having anything along that lines having any problems. I don't believe in negativity. I block the negativity out. I get in the positivity is because that helps me function. It helps my subconscious mind. It helps me keep peace. It helps me be the person who I am, and I will never regret what I do every day. And that's the thing when people, they ask me about this. I tell them that I love what I do, and never will I regret what I do because without this, again, I said I am nothing, and this is truly what I love to do. And as I was explaining about in the other video about spices and the benefits of spices, I think I actually forgot what this video was supposed to be about. So let's recuperate for a minute. Stick with me, guys. So the last video was about spices. I was going to talk about niacin, vitamin B3, and I was then going to talk about selenium in the other video. So we're going to incorporate. Why don't we do it too? So next thing we're going to incorporate niacin, vitamin B3 in this video. This is why not. I explained the vitamin B1 and B2, thiamine B1, and riboflavin helps with migraines, headaches, head tension, helps with all that stuff. And oh shit, I heard something from it. But as I was saying, it helps with all that stuff. Niacin, it's high in soup tails. These kind of earthy foods that you really don't look forward to. You say soup tails, they're bad. 4 grams of sugar. And the reason I don't believe they're bad is because compared to potatoes, these are not a bad food, carbohydrate, you want those macronutrients, that balance, because if you do not have this balance, you will not make it through life, and I assure you, you will develop diseases, you will develop diabetes, colon cancer, bad liver function, you'll develop all of these, and before you know it, you're gone, you're on the hospital bed, and you're sitting there contemplating your life, and where you're going to go from that point out. And it can also, oh, my cat's right here. You want to say hi, kitty? Say hi. Oh. Okay, yeah, he's just chilling right there. My cool cat, my man right there, my man Lobo, the bounty hunter. He's about to whoop some ass. Okay, he's scared for a minute. So it's also high in some of these foods that you might look in, like peanut butter, natural peanut butter, not the regular peanut butter. That's high in salt. It's high in carbohydrates. The thing that really knocks you off the bat because it's again affecting your cholesterol and carbohydrates. It's affecting your blood sugar and how your blood glucose level is going to regulate it. If your blood vessels, if everything is going to function correctly, if if your gastrointestinal tract is going to be delivering nutrients down there with enough fiber and enough delicate food like fibrous greens and medley grains, couscous, all that kind of stuff, the vegetables high in insoluble fiber, and the stuff that's high in soluble fiber like fruits, that gets down there, metabolic breakdown, it breaks down the food and builds it to even more complex muscle fibers, type 1 to type 2 muscle fibers. And your blood vessels, they give your muscles oxygen. It's this whole thing, this whole process that many people will overlook because they don't pay any attention to it. And again, I'm going to sit here every day from this point on, and I'm going to make videos because I believe that muscle growth, having a correct amount of nourishment, blood vessels having a good blood glucose regulation of your blood sugar, of having that. If you have that, your hormone instantly, all your hormones are going to be fine. Cortisol levels are going to be fine. You're going to have less stress anxiety, depression. It's all those symptoms that you don't think. There's more than just food and how you eat, how you live, how your lifestyle is, your health style, as I call it, healthy lifestyle. It's symptoms. It's anxiety, depression. It's mainly your mind, your subconscious mind. Think of it as Buddhism, health. It's always expanding Buddhism. It's high. It's not just one thing more, and it leads you really to the divine truth. Who are you? Who are you? Figure out who you are, and guess what? You take your health, and you'll figure out who you were meant to be in life. You'll figure out who you were and who you want to be. You find your purpose, your soul purpose. God gave everyone a purpose, and I'm gonna tell you right now that He did not. He did give you one, and He did not leave you out. He leaves no one out with any purposes. And as I say again, it's high in celery too, so it's high in a lot of these vegetables. And my next video is going to be talking about selenium. And bye guys, when I out. Oh, oh yeah, testing on. Let's try to stop for a minute. I think it was a good song. As I came to the window, was that something I like I shouldn't do? No, I think there's another one. My baby on a Saturday, bang. Boys, girl, with you, yes, we're one in the same. I told you about what. Oh shit, we're way too far. Let's start this over again, guys. My baby on a Saturday, bang. Boys, girl, with you, yes, we're one in the same. Now I believe in miracles, and miracles happen tonight. If you're thinking about my baby, matter if you're black or white. That put my message in the Saturday sun. I had to tell, I ain't second to none. So I told about equality, and the truth either you're wrong or you're right. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. If you're thinking about my brother, it don't matter if you're black or white. Bye, guys.